So really excited to be here today. Like, what an incredible event this is. Has anyone ever been to anything quite like it? I think the first thing we've got to say is just, incredible appreciation, I think, to Abu Dhabi, the vision of an event like this, to the GRIDSERVE team, to Adio, to Savvy, to everyone making us so incredibly welcome. And I'm really excited to share for the next 10 to 15 minutes or so some words and background and experience on what it is that we are doing at the very forefront of delivering net zero transport for a sun-to-wheel ecosystem. So GRIDSERVE are a tech-enabled sustainable energy business. We're very much at the forefront of using technology to its greatest effect to deliver the speed and scale required to address the climate crisis. But what do we mean by that? People talk a lot about climate change, and we are seeing all over the world more and more extreme weather events. There is a very small window of time available to address this challenge. It's down to us. According to the world-leading scientists from the United Nations, we have 6 years remaining to reduce emissions by 43% to keep temperatures within relatively safe limits. And to do that, we need to extract carbon from the air. We need to extract 59 gigatons of carbon emissions annually. We need to do that by 2050. And about half of that comes from transport and energy. That is the area that GRIDSERVE are focused on. So how do we address that challenge? We need to replace hundreds of millions of legacy vehicles with new electric vehicles, together with a clean energy charging infrastructure at incredibly record pace.
Well done. Yeah.
And how is that possible? Well, the only way that's possible, and you can see it, throughout events like this, is if you can make the experience of using an electric vehicle better than petrol and diesel. You can make the overall proposition of transitioning to clean transport a better experience in so many ways, that people do it, not just if we have to address the climate crisis, because we do, but because it's a better and easier experience to do so. And GRIDSERVE are very much at the forefront of that. We are the market leader in the United Kingdom, and we are focusing on using all of our incredible knowledge and experience that we've gained through the position that we've reached to deliver a technology, funding, solutions, products and services platform to be able to deliver speed and scale across the world, to deliver new charging networks, and make the process of transitioning to electric vehicles as straightforward as possible. So we've approached this challenge from a pretty, large kind of ecosystem perspective. What is the issue we're trying to address? The issue we're trying to address is that we currently have an ecosystem based on well-to-wheel. It's provided tremendous benefits, but we need to transition to a new system that doesn't have carbon in it. But if you go back 300 million years, where does all the energy in oil and gas come from? It came from the sun. So actually our world is currently running on sunlight from 300 million years old. And what we're doing as GRIDSERVE is building a new ecosystem that still uses the power of the sun, but we use 8 minutes sunshine instead of 300 million year old sunshine. We have no carbon within our mix. We do that by a new ecosystem called sun-to-wheel. So it's literally a net zero equivalent of well-to-wheel. Instead of oil wells, we build solar farms. Instead of refineries, we build batteries. Instead of petrol stations, we build electric charging stations, electric forecourts, electric super hubs. And we also assist the uptake of electric vehicles in multiple ways. We are using our incredible experience we've gained so far to be able to turn all of this knowledge into a platform that we can take to other territories around the world to give people in new territories the confidence to make the transition by bringing together energy, charging, vehicles in an overall partner network platform underpinned by a technology platform that just makes it incredibly easy, gives you the best possible experience. Many people, you go to different countries around the world and they say, electric vehicles are great, but charging is difficult. Wouldn't it be good if people said, electric vehicles are great, and oh my God, charging is incredibly easy? Do you remember how, what it was like with petrol stations and how easy it is now? Well, that is what we're focused on doing. And we're very much at the forefront of doing that. So what is it that we've achieved so far? When we talk about building solar farms, this is an example of a solar farm that we've built in the United Kingdom. It's a 200-acre solar farm. It's very advanced. It was the most advanced of its type when we constructed it. And we look at this as a net zero equivalent of an oil well. Now, unfortunately, we don't have the incredible sunshine of the UAE, which is blessed in so many ways. But even in the UK, for every acre of land that we put solar panels on, we can generate more than 1 million electric vehicle miles every year per acre. So in the UAE, you're talking about 2 million or more electric vehicle miles per acre, net zero energy from the sun, at a much lower cost than other sources. We use batteries also to balance it and make that energy more useful and fix grid problems. In terms of grid problems, well, it's easy to put charging infrastructure, but if there isn't a grid connection, how do you do it? So we've come about this with a solution perspective. We also build microgrids. Excuse me. This is an example of a microgrid solution. So whether you do have a grid connection or you don't, you can bring a grid connection and make it happen. And also that grid connection can also be, well, this new microgrid can be powered directly from renewable energy. So when we talk about building electric vehicle charging stations, people don't necessarily think what we think, which I thought was useful to show you some visuals. So this is an example of a project that pretty much changed the global landscape for charging electric vehicles. We introduced it in 2020. A lot of people say this is CGI. None of what I'm going to show you is CGI. This is all real pictures. It's a project we called an electric forecourt. It was designed for the mass market. It provides the best experience for charging electric vehicles that it's possible to get on the planet. It combines other solutions as well, like batteries, retail, and a vehicle leasing platform as well. This was our next electric forecourt. We wanted to provide the same charging experience, but we only had a third of the land. And so we compressed the technology into a more compact area. We built the same amenities in the last picture, but we did it in about a third of the space. And again, this is the real picture. This is not CGI either. And I would love to show anyone personally around that if you happen to come to the UK. So this is the next project which we've delivered. It is a site at Gatwick Airport, and this is in 1/5 of the space of the first site. So 1/5 of the space, the same amenities, absolutely incredible. The latest innovation with this, we also have a partnership with Amazon that we launched with Just Walk Out technology. Incredible. You walk into the shop, you scan your credit card, you pick anything up off the shelf, you walk out, seamless. Seamless, connected. Similarly, is the same how our charging ecosystem works as well. But what we're also known for in the UK is we have more than 180 charging locations, and most of them look like this. We have, these are all 350 kilowatt or 360 kilowatt chargers. And so to put that in perspective, it means you can put 100 miles of charge into an electric car in only 5 minutes. And we are building thousands of these. And as a result of that, we are able to charge in the last 30 days, I just did a check, around 212,000 electric cars in only the last 30 days alone. We have other solutions, and it's not just about solar. You can integrate wind power as well. You can integrate batteries. And really, there is a tremendous opportunity for using this to stabilize grid connections. I heard a really interesting piece on the last panel about trucks. And the next innovation that we brought to the market, which we're in the process of delivering with some incredible partners like Hitachi, Amazon, the major logistics groups as well, is a UK-wide charging network for electric trucks. And again, this is a real picture, and so is this too. And so we are in the process of delivering this. The economics of electric trucks is absolutely fantastic, particularly if you can charge them from renewable energy. But it also, another part about making this transition work as efficiently as possible is reducing or delaying any time for having to wait to charge. And the advantage about AI and technology and all the ecosystem which we're developing means that you can seamlessly connect, you can do journey planning, and you can do it in such a way that you don't have to wait for trucks to charge. You can align the charging process with when the vehicles will be stopping anyway. We also have a vehicle leasing platform. When you build infrastructure to the scale of what we do, you need to make sure that there are vehicles that are going to use it. And so we have an opportunity and a platform to increase the uptake of electric vehicles as well. So that's what we've done. And those are all real pictures. Now, where are we headed? So we've got an incredible amount of experience and learning through doing what we do, charging more than 200,000 vehicles a month. And we've decided to standardize a whole ecosystem for the next phase of the journey into really incredible products and services, which we can then deliver through partners in other territories at speed and scale. And this infrastructure is going to look like this. This is really world class. It integrates digital. It will integrate AI, it integrates machine learning, and it provides an incredible, seamless, contactless charging experience. You turn up in your electric car, you turn it, you plug in your vehicle, the vehicle starts charging, seamless, integrated. You know how long you need to wait until the vehicle turns up to charge. And we have these solutions in different formats. For example, this is an electric truck solution. And we're super interested. If there are people out there that say, this looks incredible. I want that in my country. Please come and have a conversation because we would love to do that as well with you. And there are different formats as well for different solutions. It's a composable solution made of standardized parts, where we can apply these to build new charging stations or hubs or truck hubs or a combination of different formats as well. Fully productized solution for delivering networks. So that's the infrastructure. Great. How do you make it easy? How you make it easy is technology, as you can see here. And we are also developing our own autonomous robotic technology to make this as easy as possible. It incorporates numerous factors, but I think the useful one to also highlight here is a blockchain platform. So if we're going to reduce 59 gigatons of carbon emissions, by the way, we have to as humanity. Let's be the ones that solve the challenge, not the ones that had the opportunity and didn't. Then we need to measure that impact. And every piece of the infrastructure which we deliver in our next phase, will be tracking and recording every carbon emission and every carbon saving, every kilowatt hour, everything that we do empirically. So not only are we going to be delivering impact, but we'll be recording and measuring the scale of the impact that we can deliver and generating carbon credits. We're able to do that because we have a complete handle on both our physical and our digital networks. So this is the physical picture I showed you of electric forecourt. This is the digital version of it. And actually there's another one coming as well, which is the virtual representation as well. So it's very exciting bringing this all together for customers, just again to make this whole process as seamless, simple, easy to use as possible. What we've also done is we've standardized the building blocks on what we do. So if someone today says, look, Toddington, I want what you've done in the UK, but I want it in the UAE, or I want it in whatever territory it might be, in different different countries, different locations, they don't have to start from scratch. We've got the pieces of the building block, the charging infrastructure, the data platform, the mission control, the app, and the overall user experience, all brought together, sun to wheel, seamlessly without having to reinvent it like we've had. So I guess just kind of wrapping up this session, I just wanted to highlight to you the art of the possible. A lot of people talk about, electric cars. A few years ago, people said, is it going to happen? The funny thing of coming to an event like this is if you, moments ago, people used to say to me, but is autonomous vehicles going to happen? Is eVTOL a real thing? It's absolutely clearly is. And all of these solutions as well also will need charging infrastructure. They'll need seamless, connected charging infrastructure to be deployed quickly and at scale. And it's essential that what we do, as humanity now, is we rise to the challenge. We do everything we can to address climate change in the earliest possible time frame, and we do that by making it as easy as possible for people to make this transition, delivering the best possible charging experience for all type of vehicles, addressing the charging issue as much as building the vehicles, and ensuring that whole ecosystem is net zero. By doing so, we can address around 50% of the challenge, in terms of the 59 gigatons of carbon emissions. And actually, there's opportunities beyond that to address wider pieces of the jigsaw as well, to continue to reduce gigatons of carbon emissions. So I hope that was useful. I hope that was a quick whistle-stop tour of the art of the possible and what it is that we're working on, the next phase of development. If there are people out there who are interested in charging infrastructure, who are interested in learning what we do, if there are people who are interested in partnering with us on this next phase of the journey, we'd be absolutely delighted to talk with you. Thank you, everybody.